Mazola le mudize na man.
Hey, man.
Mazola le content, then Mazola cannot be in the same room with the principal. Principal agar liperile is done.
The off season, man. The off season.
Off season.
Maa.
Hey.
After principal agar liperile maa. The only thing that comes after that is second-hand information and wrong opinions about the law.
Welcome to it. It's the weekend that was, and it's a weekend worthy of a sports show being here today. Lewis Hamilton, Wimbledon. What else is there to speak about? The Kosafa, Bafana cashing out the way that they did, of course. And then there's a rugby to speak of as well. Chios, there was so much this past weekend. Brazil crashing out of the Copa. Oh, what a cop-out. And the Euros, guys. I've been watching the Euros. I've watched almost every single game of the Euros. And I must say, it is possibly one of the worst tournaments I've seen. I don't know what it is. I think it's players being tired, perhaps.
The AFCON was better.
No, it's just, it hasn't lived up. I think they should have done what they did at the Coppers. They shouldn't have had extra time. It should have got 90 minutes penalties. That's what it should have been. I've watched every single game, and it hasn't been great. It's Monday on Metro FM, the biggest platform for all things sport on the mighty Metro FM. And of course, it is the biggest show in South Africa, but Africa's favorite, which is why we make sure that we always touch base with all things in Africa. Let me introduce my guys first. On a Monday, it's the weekend that was with the Three Wise Men.
The Three Wise Men, but not always so wise. On Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM.
The referee extraordinaire is here, Victor Hlungwani, the resident ref here. He's got his book out, which tells you that he doesn't have content. He's just going to tell us about rule changes. Mazola Molefe, the South Africa's #1 football journalist, is with us as well. Mazola, welcome back.
Oh, it's good to be back, man. It was a nice out in Quebec. Le Mutuaka Richitsi Reshibilete Bolo, but
yeah, man, Le Mutuaka. You're with the wife?
Yeah, she was there.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
man,
where the inspiration for the breaking stories. And I must say, thanks to the Sports Night Amplified with Andile listeners. Hey, Bankentemu to go Instagram.
Hey, we reached 5,000 guys. Hey!
Can we push it to 10,000 before the start of the season?
What's up? Hey, no. I've got a surprise for you guys. He's a friend of the room. He's a man that we have such respect for. He's a man we champion, and we always wish the best for. We support, and we always look out for what he's doing. I've got Coach on the line. I've got Fadlu Davids on the line. Coach, thank you so much for joining us. It's a very brief one, but always great to have you. Congratulations, Coach.
Hello.
Hey, Coach, can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
Oh, thank you so much, Coach. We're saying, I'm a coach that we love to support here, a coach that we always look for great things from. Mazola and Coach and the referee with me in the studio. It's the Three Wise Men on a Monday. We just wanted to make this call, Fadlu, just to say congratulations. Big news. Can't say I saw it coming, but it's something that we are all so proud of. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute crazy last week, but yeah, now just driving in Dar es Salaam traffic at the moment, but I enjoy it.
It's the worst, isn't it?
It's a different kind of traffic.
It really, you don't get used to it, Coach. Trust me. Good luck.
Yeah, it's been. We've been here before with Pirates. We played them in the quarterfinal of the CAF that season when we gone into the final and lost against Burkan. So quite familiar with the environment, quite familiar with the stadium and the fanatical supporters. So gave me a bit of a taste that experience, but now being here, being on the ground, it's a unique experience.
Coach, congratulations on the move. I'm just interested to hear your thoughts on, obviously, how you plan to adjust there. You've also got your own technical team. The thinking behind that as well. You've gotten them from everywhere. Obviously, Darian joining you in Tanzania, and then Coach Wayne Sunderland's a reunion as well.
Yeah, it's important to hit the ground running for staff, competent staff first of all, the best that's available to be able to understand exactly how we work and how we do things. When you're implementing your game model and principles, especially in a new country, you don't need time. And I think that was the quick adjustment when we went to Morocco, that Darian was with me, Muiz Kaju was with me, the analyst, and that was a condition that I take the job in Morocco. And now we've got this project. It's a huge project to bring Simba back to the top, and a really exciting one when you hear the vision and the steps the club wants to make in the next couple of years.
You know, I look at Roger de Sá and Carlos Queiroz and their relationship, and I thought to myself that what you and Coach Zimbabwe had would be a similar thing, where you'd move together everywhere you went, particularly after the successful season, invincible season. Congratulations once again. I know we did speak about that, but it's an incredible feat that you guys were able to achieve as a team together. I thought, you know, with rumors of him moving to the Middle East, this is something that you're going to go along with wherever it is that he goes. But you seem to have found your own feet and your independence as a head coach. Coach, can you put me into place as to how that relationship works and why you decided to go on your own?
It was a difficult decision because when I was coach of Maritzburg, and he called me and you now in the head coach space, and do you take the step back? And he's a really good friend of mine, and said, look, this is a big project, please come and help me. Raj is a big club to manage the board, manage the board members, the president, the vice president. It's such a huge club, so come and take care of the football part, and I manage the club. And I said, yeah, on condition that my staff comes with me. There were discussions in relation to the next project, or remaining at Raja, trying to win Champions League. But then this opportunity came, and we had a discussion, and it was just when I heard the ambitions of the club and which direction they want to go, it was a no-brainer to be able to take the step and pack everything up. And after the cup final, made the decision, and I am in Tanzania.
Coach Fadlu, I just wanted to ask if you could address some of the reports in North Africa that, after winning league and cup double with Raja, you guys left because you had not been paid since February. That's pushed for the move for Joseph Zimbabwe to go the other direction, and for you to take up another job opportunity elsewhere.
There's, of course, with Hashim Domingo as well. There is some financial problems in the club, yes, that's for sure. But it's a fantastic club with a fantastic administration. You should understand that when the new president and new regime took over, when we just joined Raja, the club had a FIFA ban. It was more than 2.5 million euro that they had to settle just to start at zero. And you weren't even starting at zero, because there were a lot of players that were owed money from the previous season. But the administration has done fantastically well to manage the club. We reduced the budget. We lost a lot of good players in the season, and still managed to be able to achieve what we achieved. So the club is on a upward trajectory in relation to its finances, becoming more and more stable. And we hope that they will be able to move in the direction that they are planning, and hopefully Champions League next season for Raj will be good.
Coach, let's move on now to your new job at Simba. We had Makudubele in the studio, who is a South African, of course, playing in Tanzania for the opposition, of course. And we're speaking to him about finances in that league versus what you would have been used to in terms of acquisition of big name players. You've got a team whose ambitions is to get into the Champions League and compete in the Champions League. Have you found it that there's muscle, so to speak, within Simba, that you're able to acquire the grade of player that you need?
Yes, it's actually the recruitment year this season has been very good, I must say. They were not able to, without a coach, to still make the recruitment that they did. It was targeting a younger breed, a younger generation, players 18 years old, 22 years old, 24, maybe the maximum in relation to signing. So building a team not only for now, but a team that will grow and develop and then compete. This is the season where Simba ended number 3, so in the CAF Confederations Cup this season. And it's a perfect opportunity, first of all, to, if you're in a cup of this magnitude, as a club like Simba, of course, you aim to win it. But that's what the future holds. Develop these players, build these players, young, talented group, average age of below 25.
Wow, I mean, I think it's 11 signings, isn't it?
And build something not only to get success, because at a club like Simba, yes, you expected to win trophies immediately, but build something that is sustainable over the next couple of years as well.
Coach, once again, all the very best. We're going to be keeping an eye on you. We've got a great following here on this show. Everybody that's on Facebook right now that follows the show. So we'd love to cover everything happening in Tanzania. We can't wait to see what you're going to do there. Are you going to be making calls, to your friend here's going to Saudi Arabia, is he? Zimbabwe?
No, we're in talks almost daily. He still has a contract with Raja, and I think he was on holiday a couple of days in Portugal, back in Morocco now. They will start the pre-season, I think, on the 17th or 18th of July, so still quiet at the moment, but let's see what happens.
Coach, all the best. Can't wait to see you bring Simba back to where it belongs, within that top 2, if not 1, of that league.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Coach Fadlu Davids, so proud whenever we see that South African football and South African personnel has grown out of this country. You've got Pitso, you've got Hlungwani, who was touted to be wanted on the continent and is having conversations as we speak. And I mean, we're going to be speaking to Mazola now about what's going on there. But I think a big one here, Aziz Ki, the player that we've been speaking about so much on the show, the first time you heard the word Aziz Ki was here. That I can tell you for free, because it was last year already. Way early last year, when I'd gone to Tanzania and I'd watched the game and I'd come across Aziz Ki. He hasn't signed his contract?
Oh, yeah, that's news coming out. I think the president of Yanga is obviously here to launch the tournament alongside Kaizer Chiefs on the 28th of July, and he said the player hasn't committed as yet. But he's agreed in principle a 2-year contract, but
with Yanga.
With Yanga.
Because I mean, he was coached by Nabi. They know each other well.
Yeah. So I expect Yanga to announce an extension to that contract in the coming days.
I mean, all that means is that then, if you still want him, you can get him, but you have to go buy the club.
Absolutely.
Right, let's take a break. When we come back, there's a lot to talk about. I'll quickly go through the weekend's happenings before handing it over to the Super Journal with news that is hot off the plate. Pitso Mosimane is speaking on Hlungwani and Sundowns coming up. Right, it's a Sports Amplified with Andy in the Mighty Metro FM. Before we hand over to Mazola to give us his news, because these days, when it comes to the weekend that was, the 3 wise men, no one wants to hear from me or Victor. They want to know what Mazola's going to say. So we'll give him his platform and we'll let him go for as long as he wants. But firstly, let's reflect on some of the big sporting news from the weekend, starting off with the British Grand Prix. 945 days is what it took before Lewis Hamilton could get on the podium again. Many of us were watching from aside, wondering what's going through his mind. Well, after this victory, finally got a mic in front of him and he spoke. But firstly, here is that victory.
Podium, a 12th consecutive podium. He is the man who raises the bar, who raises the stats, who takes things to stratospheric levels, and he's only got 3 corners now. He can see the crowd standing and giving him that round of applause. He is ready to kickstart the celebrations. 8 times we've said it before. Here's a 9th for you. Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix. What a victory! Hamilton is back!
Get in there, Lewis! You're the man! You're the man! Thank you so much, guys. It means a lot. It means a lot to get this one. And a big thank you to all the fans here. Love you guys.
Oh, man, that is a man in tears. He had his whole family there. He had his dog there. He had his parents there, his brothers. It was a whole thing for Lewis Hamilton. That's how much it means to him to have won this. That's how much it's meant to him all along when he hasn't been winning it. This is Lewis Hamilton now speaking about his mental health and crying after the race.
And we live in a time where mental health is such a serious issue. And I'm not going to lie that I've not been, that I have experienced that. And there's definitely been moments where, they thought that this was it, that was never going to happen again. So to have this feeling come across the line, I think honestly I've never cried coming from a win. It just came out of me, and it's a really, really great feeling. I'm very, very grateful for it.
And what a beautiful ending to his career with Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton reflecting on his last race at Silverstone with Mercedes.
It's been since 2021. I just every day getting up, trying to fight, to train, to put my mind to the task and work as hard as I can with this amazing team. And this is my last race here at the British Grand Prix with this team. So I wanted to win this so much for them because I love them. I appreciate them so much. All the hard work they've been putting in all over these years. I'm forever grateful to everyone in this team, everyone at Mercedes and all of our partners, and then otherwise to all our incredible fans. I could see you lap by lap as I was coming round, and there's just no greater feeling as to finish at the front here.
What an amazing champion. It's so easy to love Lewis Hamilton. It's so easy to want to support Lewis Hamilton, and we wish him the very best of luck for the rest of the season, but more so to see if he could finally do the never been done before. Can he make history when he joins the guys at Ferrari in the season to come? Let's reflect now back on the rugby. Team South Africa, the Springboks, so proud of that team, sold out affair, and you could tell when the national anthem went on. When KB started to sing that national anthem, one almost felt like the government of national unity is inside Loftus Stadium. Have a listen. KB, take a bow. Incredible.
Goosebumps.
KB, take a bow. Absolutely incredible. The voices did get louder with the stem. They did get louder. But, you had Loftus with Afrikaans people. And I'd love to be mad, but I can't in this studio because I've got two people in the studio that don't know the Afrikaans part of the national anthem and they must learn it.
Get that,
guys.
Get that done, Alimang.
No, Tatane Wahid.
Why too?
Timmy and Malcolm. Thursday next week. You are singing the national anthem, the Afrikaans part on air.
But for assignment.
No, they must do it on air. The listeners will be waiting. So it's hard to. How do I tell people who love us, you guys, you're only loud in Afrikaans when you guys don't know?
You can't hammer them.
No, guys. No. Let's go to football news. Just coming to home. Speaking on Coach Nabi, who's now arrived and joined the team and has started to meet his team and also train with them out in Turkey.
I believe that we've done all the work to make sure that we have the right team, the right coach, to make sure that we take Chiefs to the next level. And we're looking forward to his work and the work of the team that he's assembled, and also looked at the right coach who's coached on the continent, who understands the Chiefs brand, who understands where we want to go, a coach who's got hunger and passion for success, and a whole lot more. I mean, I must say, well done to the sporting director and the entire footballing department, together with the football manager, for the extensive work they did.
I mean, Jessica, and I love it a bit, but if you're going to get a political answer, it's going to be from Jessica. It's going to be from Jessica. But now the Chiefs have announced the coach, which, I mean, It's very much like Mamelodi Sundowns releasing a statement now on Junior Mendieta. You know, teams are they're reactive at the moment.
It's the worst kept secret.
They're reactive at the moment. When was it? It was 3 weeks ago almost when Mazola broke the news on Soccer Zone on Coach Nabi. Have a listen to this.
It is confirmed. I can tell you, you heard it first here. Kaizer Chiefs coach is Nasreddin Nabi, who's at the moment in Morocco. He's got one more cup match before he wraps it up. Kaizer Chiefs have had to pay compensation. Remember last year he was a free agent, so to speak, coming from Tanzania, but now they've had to pay compensation. The club will confirm. He's bringing along his technical team. The issue there was that he would not be able to bring his people with, but that's since changed, and he will bring along around 3 or 4 backroom staff and assistant coach, as well as a fitness trainer, and then he will have carte blanche to some degree at least on which players leave and which players come in at natural.
And it's been exactly that so far. Yeah. It's been exactly that. We called it. So yeah, we're not going to always get everything right. That's why we're the three wise men, but not always so wise. But every now and then we get it spot on, and we wait till we know. And that was spot on. Congratulations on you. The other one that we've told you about over and over about, and I haven't heard this yet, so I'm about to listen for the first time. But we've told you about it, 2 Million Queen, and what's happening at Kaizer Chiefs. But nonetheless, let's hear what Jess says. We don't have it? All right, cool. We don't have it there. Did you hear it?
No, it was Velile who was at the presser, so I didn't hear what she had to say. But I'm guessing it's also politically correct. Because Kune ayateki. So what is Jessica going to tell us? Ayateki. So what is Jessica going to tell us?
Oh, it's 18:32. Let's take a break. When we come back, Mazola goes.
Turn it up. For today's chart toppers, we've got your urban fix covered 24/7. Metro FM. It's where you want to be. Podcast Friday on Sports Night Amplified. Podcast Friday on Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM.
It's your favorite show of the week. It's Podcast Friday. And I know this because I was in White City, Soweto. You know, when you buy kota kamkelele, you plomo kamkelele. And but give me Andile, please. I hope you're going to make it for Podcast Friday. And I was like, that's what everybody wants. Podcast Friday. The big conversation broken by Mazola Molefe, the Super Journal. Award-winning journalism in what he's been able to do with Hlungwani Mokoena story. But Nadim here, when we were unpacking how well Hlungwani had done this season, Nadim had a different view altogether a couple of months ago. All of us in the studio looked at him and said, go take your pills. You didn't take your medication. He's proven to be right.
Sundowns is very clear. They want to win the Champions League.
You think this could make or break Hlungwani as a coach at Sundowns?
I'll be surprised if I see him next season if he loses this match. I'll be surprised if I see Hlungwani next season.
Hi, bro. Enemy number 1. But I'm shy this hand.
I put Andile never shall not prevent the
6 to 7 p.m. The Three Wise Men, but not always so wise. On Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM.
No, Mpo's wrong. Mpo's asking, why is it marketing always speaking on technical matters? But remember that Jessica sits on the board.
She is a board member.
You know, Jessica's an executive member of Kaizer Chiefs. So decisions like that she would have been privy to. Yeah. So I don't think it's the same as Jasinje marketing. CSABC Rumela Andile to take out a statement on the CFO. Why?
Breaking news, Jess.
Breaking news. Right, Tatane, we're going to come to you last. What do you have going on?
Today we're going to talk about fainting. Fainting in a run-up to take a penalty kick.
When you faint again. Not for faint. Tell me, I saw a very badly broken leg this weekend.
Yeah.
Badly broken. It's probably broken just above the ankle.
Okay, Euros?
No, Sundowns.
Sundowns, yeah.
Badly broken leg.
Yeah.
Was there a red card given there?
No. It was only a yellow card given.
That was broken worse than Bernard Parker.
Yo. Game 8-0.
Yeah.
That
was, if you think you can't, I've never seen Bernard Parker's broken because I couldn't watch it. This one, Vino snap, wish I like a surprise. I wasn't expecting to see it. And he had taken a picture of it. You know, that leg was almost in two.
Worse than Dylan Shepard.
No, I don't think. Please, I'll get a picture for you.
Okay.
You need to see. That was bad.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get into that. What do you have going on?
Okay, I've got a lot going on. What is in this studio right now? Kosafa. You know, Kosafa Cup winning, title winning coach Pedro Gonçalves. Yes, I learned how to pronounce it while I was there.
I can see the smile on your face. So excited.
Gonçalves. So this is where I'm going with this. The coach, apart from speaking about being a title winner with Angola for the first time in his senior job career, he also mentioned why he chose to be at the COSAFA Cup. Remember, the COSAFA Cup is also a development tournament. A lot of the coaches decided to take a break. One in particular, your friend, Coach Hugo Bruce. He didn't show up for this. Helman Mkalele is the one who was in charge, and a lot of other national teams had their assistant coaches, or not even their assistant coach, but some member of the technical team to take over. But Coach Pedro, after being vindicated and winning the title, had this to say about the decision to sit in the dugout during this tournament.
That's why I said in the beginning of the tournament, before the tournament, I said it's important. I said the national coaches be here, because for me it's important. And that's why I said to the board, I want to be there. I want to keep it and work with the boys, because I believe that, and they enjoy it.
Listen, I'm not too mad at Coach Hugo and all the other coaches that set this one out, because if you think about it, there's also a developmental part of this where you're developing local players and coaches as well. Helman Mkalele gets to be at the helm. If not, when will Helman Mkalele grow as a coach as well? So I'm not too mad at that.
Yeah, and I think it's at the discretion of the FA. If the FA agrees, because the Coach Pedro says he spoke to the FA to ask for permission to sit in the dugout for the COSAFA Cup, as he's been doing for the last couple of years, and it's bearing fruits at the moment. Let's move on. We're talking about coaches. Let's move on to Coach Pitso Musimane, who was out at the Engine Youth Tournament over the weekend and spoke to my colleague Velile Mnyandu about Coach Rulani leaving Mamelodi Sundowns. He says he's hurt.
I'm not happy. You can feel my emotion. I'm not pretending. I just feel bad for him. Sundowns is a big club. Sundowns will sort themselves out. Sundowns is not about Pitso. Sundowns is not about Rulani. Coaches come and go. I get emotional with this thing of Rulani. Why? Because I know Rulani well.
Yeah, it's a tough one. So let's see. Speaking of Coach Rulani, also still,
I guess what this does, firstly, sorry, Mazola, is all the rumors of Peter going to Sundowns, throw them out the window.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if he says he's hurt, he's not happy at the decision that's been taken, you can't speak publicly like that and then show up
while you are negotiating to go there, while you are in court with the team, which was always far-fetched. And I said this last week already.
Absolutely. So speaking of Coach Rulani, as I was saying, Andile still also mulling over a couple of offers that sit with him, in talks at the moment with a few clubs, but we'll be on the pulse with that one. That offer that currently stands that we can speak with authority on is the Wydad Casablanca job that's sitting for him. As I said last week, you can check out the story on sabcsport.com. You can check out on my social media handles as well, especially the one near Instagram. That's where.
So he's going where?
Possibly Wydad Casablanca, but there are also other offers on the table. Like I say, we are on the pulse with that.
Anything from South Africa?
Not at the moment. At least that I know of for sure. That's official. If there's anything in South Africa, it's just conversations maybe that are off the cuff conversations about possibilities, but a firm offer for sure in North Africa. And then we're still talking about new coaches and coaches movements. Nasreddine Nabi, as we just said, announced as Kaizer Chiefs coach. We are yet to be told officially over how long a period that contract is. But he was at Yanga just a season or two ago.
Yeah, 2 seasons ago. Yeah.
2 seasons ago, won a league and cup double 2 successive seasons in a row. And he's president, or former president rather, Hersi, was here in South Africa launching a competition where the Yanga are going to play Kaizer Chiefs on the 20th of July. As I said, he spoke about why it's important for Nasreddine Nabi to be given immense support at Naturena.
This is exactly what I was mentioning. Yes, the support. Support has to come, and it's very important for him to get that support for him to do his best. Yes, we signed very good players at that time, and he managed to win everything in the country during his time. Unfortunately, when he went to Rabat, maybe he missed the cup and the league. But he's a good coach, which needs to be supported as well for him to do his well here. So I take this opportunity to to wish him all the best, but also the Kaizer Chiefs and the management, fans, to give him support for him to do well.
Do you think you'll get support?
Yeah, I don't think Chiefs invest as much as they have in this coach, right? I don't think you bring him, his entire team, and then you allow him to have a say in players. And we know he did, because Kaizer Chiefs said to the players, let's give you an opportunity to be seen by the coaching staff, and then they'll let us know whether they're keeping you or not. This was said to Keegan Dolly, to Hlanti, and the likes. And Ncube Nkune had asked for that, but he didn't even get the opportunity to be seen by the other coaches. So I don't think you invest that much, which is why I think this is going to be a minimum 3-year contract with probably 4 or 5 additions to that plus. But I don't think you invest that much and then you don't support. You got to fully support.
Well, having said that, I do still think there should be expectations maybe to not be too far off the title chasers and some of the domestic cup competitions. Wrapping it up now, Andile, with some movements. Thabiso Kutumela, released by Mamelodi Sundowns, just a couple of days ago, just prior to Coach Rulani Mokwena parting ways with Mamelodi Sundowns. He's now joining Richards Bay. He's getting a fresh start out in KZN after a couple of loan spells, one more recent at Cape Town City, where he didn't do so well, but he's hoping to start afresh there. Still in KZN, Ramahlom Pahlele, the veteran, signed a new 1+1, 1 year with an option out at Amazulu to continue the work being done by Pablo Franco Martin. They've also signed a striker, Boniface Haba, who played, he's a Guinea international, hoping to also add firepower there after they've lost a couple of players. And then some of the biggest news at the moment, I'm told, the deal between Mamelodi Sundowns and Moriense in Portugal for Koba Meloko Disang is very close, if not a done deal already. But we'll find out soon enough. I'm talking about club-to-club agreement, personal terms. The player is still contracted to the Portuguese team until June 2027, so Sundowns would have to pay a sizable transfer fee, which is not a problem for Sundowns. In January, they spent 80 million on 2 players, so they can make that happen.
One could, the Sundowns must have made some money in selling Junior Mendieta.
Of course, Mendieta still had 3 more years to his contract, if I'm not mistaken. So for his move to Greece now, that was the worst kept secret as well. The player himself confirming in his native country of Argentina. It's now been confirmed he's moved to Greece. Sundowns this afternoon releasing a statement and also saying a goodbye there. And then finally, Gabadino Mango, some interest as well. Chippa United, Richards Bay, looking at possibility of getting him on board. Obviously, he's still contracted to Moroka Swallows now, Marumo Gallant. He's returning home from Malawi after a short break. He'll report for training this week, and Coach Dylan Kay will give his assessment. But if he leaves, it will either be, parting of ways via settlement, being a free agent, or he will be bought out by either Chippa United or Richards Bay or any other potential suitor. There's a lot more, but as I said...
this guy, what a team.
Oh, you want more?
Give us one more.
Okay, let me give you one more.
Optional time.
Yeah, while you find it, Sundowns, the international players arrived today for training. They all gathered and came back today for all the assessment at the HPC in Pretoria, and they'll be leaving for their international preseason on Saturday. And I think who doesn't go there will be another telling sign. I think that's what is going to be on the lookout for, to say who's on that flight, who's on that plane come Saturday when Sundowns travel.
Yeah, I can tell you who we can expect not to be on that plane is Boutelil, the Moroccan defender, who had been injured for some time, but also it sounds like the club could be in discussion to part company with AB there. But we are waiting to find out who gets on that flight. And
Lodge is injured.
Well,
does he get on the flight?
He's injured, so that kind of, even if we say he didn't get on the flight because the club will
just say not injured.
He's injured. No, he do Watama.
What else you have?
The last one, we did mention that we mentioned it last week that Keegan Dolly was going to be joining SuperSport United, but I have some information, and it will be on sabcsport.com early in the morning. News regarding Vincent Pule.
Oh yeah, Vincent Pule let go by Orlando
Pirates. He's close to sealing a move as well in the DStv Premiership. We'll have all the details tomorrow morning
on sabc.com.
On sabc.com, and also Go Instagram yak.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we've got the ref.
Join us in celebrating Mandela Month.
Our daily duties as ordinary South Africans,
honoring the life and legacy of a global icon,
must produce an actual South African reality.
Together, let's make a difference. Metro FM.
All this we owe both to ourselves,
celebrating the legacy of Nelson Mandela,
and to the peoples of the world.
It's where you want to be. The Three Wise Men, but not always so wise. On Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM.
1846. A tough decision for Aziz Ki. And I think the relationship between Yanga President and Kaizer Chiefs is going to be a big heap in overcoming that one. So Orlando Pirates and Sundowns.
And Nabi also.
Yeah, but I think Orlando Pirates and Sundowns would have a clearer shot at it. I don't see Kaizer Chiefs going behind the president, who is a friend of the team, behind his back to get the player who hasn't signed yet, you know. And also, how good of a business deal is it if you say, okay, my friend, sign him and then let me buy him from you? I'm not sure it goes on. But so Sundowns and Pirates, who he already mentioned, because Aziz Ki has never mentioned Kaizer Chiefs. He mentioned that he's in chats or he's gotten interest from Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. From his own mouth, he says that. But what do you have going on?
Thank you, Ma. Konjele asani me coach Angola kin
Consalves.
Oh, okay. Bengithi conscientious. Le yaba minister. Okay. Hey, siyang bhayisisa mara sengifundile. Asambeni we going to law 14 penalty. Where we're going to talk about fainting. The law says fainting in a run-up to take a penalty is permitted as part of football.
Man, guys. No, hold on. Somebody sent me a picture of the brook. Don't do that, guys. No, you can't take me. You need to say sensitive. I'm sensitive. You can't send me a picture of a player. I'm sensitive to players. We must check on her, Timmy. We must check on her tomorrow morning, please. Let's check on her. Sorry, Ref. Hey.
No problem. Yeah. We're talking about fainting in a run-up to take a penalty. It's permitted as part of football. You can go, stop. However, fainting to kick the ball once the player has completed his run-up, it's considered an infringement of law 14 and an act of unsporting behavior of which the player must be cautioned. What does it mean? It's fine. But once you put your leg next to the ball, the other leg must not do any other thing but kick the ball. If this other leg does something else, it's an infringement of law 14 and an act of unsporting behavior.
But we've seen it do it. We've seen it over and over.
You have seen now in many tournaments around the country, they are doing it, which is wrong. Now I even get questions, what must we do or what is the decision? Now the answer is, if a player does faint during the match and then he kicked the ball, that player will be given a yellow card and indirect free kick will be awarded against him.
Is this a new law?
No, it's not a new law, but now
then it doesn't matter.
People are confused, like Tanga Twisters. So we want to clear up that confusion. Right. Now, during kicks from the penalty shootout, what happens? When you do fainting, yellow card will be given to you, but then the kick will be recorded as missed. You won't get a retake because some say, retake. There will be no retake for you.
But what I'm asking is that new?
No, it's not new, but it's happening in our matches.
Where has it happened? We've seen fainting all over. I've never seen that happen. I've never seen them cancel the penalty and give a yellow card.
I'll send you the clip. But now, the
in
law
professional football.
Township Football Week.
No. No.
Let me finish my story.
You are going to tell me something that happens Komahlobo.
These are listeners. These are our listeners. These are people.
But
who
it doesn't happen at PSL level. It doesn't happen at Euro level. It doesn't happen at Copa America level.
Top flight.
This platform is not for Euro and for PSL only. It's for everyone. So you must be accommodative. And this is our view. These are our listeners.
Let's say it together, my man.
Let me conclude. Let me conclude
please.
By acknowledging VAR in COSAFA.
Yeah.
It worked very well.
Yeah. More
than the English FA that are struggling. So here we can safely say we are proud of what the COSAFA region under Felix Tangawarima, who's the chairman of referees, that VAR worked very well. I have seen 2 penalties that were given. by VAR. One, Abongile Tom said no, the ball came through the leg to the hand, no penalty. The other one was given. And other incidents that happened where VAR played a prominent role in ensuring fairness in the game. So COSAFA, we say, big up. We hope that our own league will copy from what you are doing in Africa and COSAFA.
I heard this weekend that between SAFA and the PSL, there's a conversation to say, let's ask the Motsepe Foundation for the money for VAR. What do you know about that?
Yeah, they are going to Motsepe to ask. So we'll wait and see. When I saw Motsepe or Dr. Patrice at COSAFA, I was so happy.
No, they're not going to Dr. Patrice. They're going to the Motsepe Foundation.
No, as long as not Motsepe, it's one family. So Motsepe Foundation.
So then let's ask the man that was talking to him. Did you ask?
I didn't ask him
and
about
No,
I didn't ask him about
King, what did you ask?
No, I didn't have enough time. I had to ask pertinent questions at the time related to the COSAFA Cup. If you want to listen to the interview, it's on the SABC Sports platform.
Homework.
Yeah, no, that's your homework.
That's his homework.
Go find out. How much are they asking for from him? Do you know? From the foundation.
It's around 30 M.
30 million.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we take your voice notes and your calls. Voice notes on 060-552-7303. Call on 086-000-2160. There was a lot that happened this weekend. There was the rugby, the tennis, Coco Golf out of Wimbledon. There's, of course, the Formula One. The Copa. Brazil out of the Copa, knocked out by Uruguay.
So Ronaldinho was right.
Ronaldinho was right. They have not been great. And it took him to penalties. Took him to penalties. Biso Snaps watches it for us and then does the brief, and then I watch, I
saw a Bielsa interview that you posted. What was that about?
Bielsa was just speaking about how, because the Copa, very much like the Euros, not great football.
Yeah.
Not great matches. And he's speaking about how this generation of players, there's just no great players.
Anymore.
It's just not amazing. The best player in the world right now is Vinny Jr., Haaland, and Jude Bellingham. Take these three players, put them any other time of football, the last 5 years, the last 10 years, the last 15 years, they're not even in the top 10.
Sure, no mention of Mbappe.
No, Mbappe, you can include him in that.
Okay.
You take these four players and you put them in history's generational top 15s, top 20s. They're not there. They don't cut it. So Ronaldinho is spot on that one, but it could be perhaps because the amount of games being played. Let's take a break. When we come back, you can jump in on any of these conversations.
Good evening, Andrew. Good evening, Andre. This is Mike from Cape Town. Yeah, I want to agree with you, Andre. The Euro is not going well. The teams are pop. I support France by the way how they play. Only Spain shows like they are playing good, but you see now Jurgen Klopp most of the times keep on talking bad things about Africa Cup, but this Euro this time didn't live up to expectation. Thanks for the show, Andre. This is Mike from Cape Town.
Hey, thank you very much, man.
Hamilton ayingwenya leya so ngathi ayini bekungekudala lapha nogxa bakho basemelika usithi I don't know, bro. I feel like the Stars need to retire all this still good, the more they lose the games, I feel like they ruin their legacy, Maybe it's just me, I don't know.
Hamilton is not included.
If Hamilton retired 2 years ago because he wasn't winning as often as he used to, we wouldn't have seen what we saw over the weekend. Come back, moral of the story, it's not over until it's over. Anyway, sure, go on, man.
No, listen, Hamilton is not included in the conversation. I think in that conversation in particular, my conversation was leaning towards, I love Ronaldo, but I've watched the Euros. Even Messi. I watched that American League. But that conversation was aligned towards Tiger Woods in particular. It was Tiger Woods. I think it's been time. But nonetheless, go for it.
Ndingumxhosa ne xa ndizothetha ngelwimi likakhulu mujaji azondiva kakuhle uMazola. Mazola choose ulinyora
Klepara
monna ka rabanna awasitseba spanisa umfethu wasitseba. From now on we are calling you AI Mazola.
I like it.
It's what logic kamuka.
I like it.
You know everything about football. Thank you, man.
It's something different. He's used to being told otherwise. Let's go to the calls. Lisibe is out in Guruleni. He wants to speak about this new law. Lisibe, you have the platform. Speak to him directly. Good luck.
Good evening, gentlemen. And first and foremost, to Mazola, Molefe, congratulations. I think I will elevate you to work with Fabrizio. Let me give you your flowers while you're still alive. Well done.
Thank you, my brother Lisibe.
Thank you, Lisibe.
Remember these times. You must remember. Lisibe, here's Tatani.
Yeah, Tatani.
Yeah.
Just a quick one. This handball, what will it take for us to go back that when the ball hits your hand, whether it stretches or it's next to your body, let it be a handball? Because I'm referring to the game between Germany and what was they playing again this past Friday?
The hand in a natural position, yes.
What will it take? Because some of us, or the referees, I don't think we are interpreting it quite correctly with this technicality.
Yeah, Lesiba, the law is clear on handball, but handball will always be a contentious decision. It says a player shall be penalized for handling the ball deliberately, and deliberately means hand moving towards the ball, not ball to the hand. So now when we interpret it, we have to look at all these components to say, was the hand moving towards the ball or the ball to the hand? So that is the big consideration when you have to judge or evaluate handball.
Let's go to Jimmy. Jimmy go Macau. Jimmy. But I guess Devin July on like a sport. Put Jimmy on, guys.
No, Kyamunyaka Jimmy,
No,
because
Jimmy must
Nantelagadi
come on.
Washi.
Now Telagadi
weeks
Washi.
ago.
Benzo. Tsepo Marcela wants to speak about VAR in Kosafa. Tsepo. Yes, sir.
I would really like to appreciate VR in Kosafa, but there is something like Mazola, ne? Mazola le mudize na man.
Heaven.
Mazola le content, then Mazola cannot be in the same room with the principal. Principal agar liperile is done.
Off season, man. Off season. Off season.
Hey.
After principal agar liperile the only thing that comes after that is second-hand information and wrong opinions about the law.
Utomo khupula ka dabi khona le penalty. Utomo
munyaka.
Mazola le butse na go principal announcer VR go Kasavar. This guy for second-hand information. Ala mutse.
Mama Tsepo. Tsepo Zari. Jimmy, very quickly, you want to speak about Durban July?
I'm going to in July or what I can never. I was not fit when I'm so I'm a saga.
Kubo Butisa. Better win go Durban July, Kemang.
Again, I can met
Ki Oriental charm. Samova Botor Huine Oriental charm. He's out of here. Jimmy Macau. Catch half of this team anyway on Soccer Zone this evening. We're going to be doing all things, including news and looking back at so much more. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. The three wise men. It started out and nobody understood why would you share such a platform on a Monday. There's still such little time, but slowly but surely we're fixing problems here. And I appreciate that.
You can see the pela really.
There we go. Thank you so much for trusting us. Remember, do go to our social media platforms. It is Snawa and SABC Sport across the show, being live as well everywhere on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram as well. We appreciate all of you that tune in from all through the continent. Tanzania, we see you. Ghana, we see you. Nigeria, we're going to be having Nigerian conversations soon too. For myself and my entire team, Pela. Nanzo.